Welcome, guys. We have a super interesting video today. It's kind of unique. We're going to do this in parts. We're going to do something simple in the beginning, just a short sentence, and then we're going to do a passage from the Torah. And also later on, we're going to do something a little bit longer and a bit more challenging. Okay, so now, Shahar, you can go ahead and introduce yourself first.
So my name is Shahar Idwi. The correct pronunciation is actually Shahar Idwi. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Israel. I'm a musician. I was on X Factor this last year. And I'm a Yemenite Jewish. So Yemenite Jewish are actually considered to be the ancient tradition of Judaism. Like they have all the ancient cultures and pronunciations of words. So that's something unique about the Yemenite Jews.
Thank you for having me, first of all. My name is Abood or Abdallah in Arabic and Ovadia in Hebrew. I live on Mount Gerizim, which is between basically like Nablus and Har Bracha. So it's like an Israeli and a Palestinian city. And I'm also a tour guide. And basically, if you don't know about the Samaritan community, it's like a small community of about 800 people. We believe we are related to the Israelites, specifically two tribes of the Israelites, the Levi and Joseph tribe. And we have ancient Hebrew, or we call it the Samaritan Hebrew or Paleo Hebrew. So yeah, I'm excited to share.
I'm Yakir. From Israel. Today I'll represent the modern Hebrew. I think that's about it.
That's perfect. So now we're going to start. We'll do the first sentence.
Okay, so the first sentence is Mothai ato tajia haboito.
When you will get home, when you are coming home.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly it.
All right. At first, I didn't get it, honestly. But then when Yaki said it, I completely understood, because you say Matai tegia home, motai.
So actually, the last word, boito, it's something
Habaita.
Unique in, yes, it's habaita. If you'll say it in the middle of a sentence or at the start of a sentence, you will say habaito with a because it's the last word, it's closing the sentence, so it's haboito and not habai. So
Interesting.
that's something unique in other words like kasaf, money. We'll say kosaf.
Right.
In the end of the
We
sentence.
say kasif also. In
Nice.
Samaritan. So this one is قم كاد أبيضك. Say it again. قم كاد أبيضك. The word, I can give a small hint here. Kada, I'm not sure if it's also in Hebrew, but kada it comes from basically the wine glass.
Oh, I was thinking about like lakud, like bowing.
So it's kuf dalit khe, kada, kada. So it's kada. And I said qom ka. So why is I think would be a little bit challenging would be because ka is kach. So the word chet is not pronounced in Samaritan Hebrew. So what I said basically is qom ka kada abiyadok.
Get up and take the glass.
It's more like qom ka, get up and take a glass. You kind of said it right. Yes. And this is basically from a Samaritan poem, by the way. It goes like, Mi ishti ayyan abid abdani. Who will give me the wine? I will be his slave. Please come and give a glass, take a glass. So, yes.
Nice. I only recognize the qom.
Right.
Qom
ka kada abyadak. Now, also one more thing, we say abyadak bayatcha, right? So we don't have the
That's the only thing that comes to mind when you said it.
Right. Because when we say abiyadak, the kuf at the end, we don't say it as, we don't have a cha. Like akhicha, we don't say akhicha, we say a'ik, right?
Mm.
So you can already see a lot of differences, but you can also, like, slowly when I explain it to you, probably make sense.
So abiyadak, it's a kuf
Exactly.
or a kaf? Or a kaf?
A kuf, abiyadak. It's a kuf.
You
Wait
just
a second,
pronounce
it's
it a little
kaf.
bit. Sorry.
Sorry, it's a kaf. Yes.
Yeah, you pronounce it a little closer to the Arabic, I guess. I think.
Sure. Some people say it does. Yeah.
It's
it was
a little closer to Arabic.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It does sound like many people do have it related to Arabic a little bit. So it with you.
I have a question for Abood.
For sure.
Your last name is Cohen. So are you from the Levites?
Yeah,
Levites?
correct.
How do you say it? No.
Correct, Levi. Yes.
Okay, so that's actually common. I think Yakir will understand it very easily. So this is וישע אדוני ביום ההוא את ישראל מיד מצרים וירא ישראל את מצרים מת על שפת היום.
The Song of the Sea.
And I think particularly it's ויראה ישראל את מצרים מת על שפת הים, but also I want to go a little bit back. What's the word where it's like יושי ויושי אדוני ביום ההוא את ישראל מיד מצרים. Exactly. Beautiful. I love the sentence. So yeah.
How would you say it in Samaritan? How
We
is
say Yushi Shema. Well, we say Shema instead of Adonai, right? You have to take that into account. We also don't pronounce the name of Hashem. So we say Yushi Shema Bayom Au Iti Israel Miyad Misrim Uyere Israel Itayed Aggadella Eshar Asha Shema Ba Misrim.
It sounded like Arabic at the end.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, the R and it's kind of like a heavier version in a sense, like on the tongue.
We actually in Saturday we're like singing it, like just one guy. It's because it's a song, so it has a different melody from the other passages of the Torah.
We also have a melody, for it, specifically for that sentence, Vayera Israel. We also have a specific melody for that, only for that sentence.
So we have for all of the Song of the Sea.
Right. Us too, actually. We have 5 melodies for the Song of the Sea. And they go in different speeds. One is like fast and one is like at the slowest. So it's really interesting. Sure. I actually chose this passage because also I think it's interesting. It's also one of my favorites. And also I'm currently building a house and I'm thinking about putting it on my mezuzah. So basically
I think I already know what the sentence is going to be. Okay.
Okay, interesting. Kila al alim al baddu ya Adam. Ki al kal Musa fi shema ya Adam. So I will say it again. Kila al alim al baddu ya Adam. That's the first part. And
Wait,
again,
where's the Musa and the Shem?
Sorry?
You said Musa and the Shem, but you didn't repeat it.
I said Ki al-kal Musa fi Shema ya Adam. Again, remember we don't have pronunciation of chet. So that's what makes it a little bit challenging. So let's go with kila. Kila is kilo, right? And I said al alim. Al halechem.
Okay.
Right? Exactly. Ki al-kal Musa fi Shema. And again, Shema is Adonai. So that's why you have to remember that when I pronounce the word Shema, it's Adonai. So Ki al-kal mutse pei Adonai. And by the way, in the Yemenite traditions, do you also say Adonai, right?
Wait, but you said Musa, like Moshe?
Yes, exactly, but not Moshe. It's Motza. We don't
Musa.
have the tza in tzadik, you know? We just say tza. We don't say tza, we say sa, right? So if you want to say Motze, we say Musa.
Like in Arabic. I'm feeling like my sentences are really easy. Not challenging at all. Okay, so this is from the, I won't say where it is from, only afterwards. So this is מגוו שיש ב-40 סאו מחוונף, יורדו שניים וטובלו זה אחר זה, הראשון טוהר והשני טומא.
That's from a Mishnah. Well, I remember that, but it's just שניים נגעו במים, הראשון טהור, השני טמא.
I did hear that, but at the beginning, like, what did you say?
Okay, so Abood, let's try now. مגוו שיש ב-40 סאו.
Migwo. Is that like mikveh? Aha.
Mikveh.
שיש בו 40 מה?
סאו מכוונות.
סאות מכוונות.
Okay, מכוונות. Interesting.
Okay, it's like fixed or aimed or exactly. יורדו שניים, like two people went down.
Two people went down, and one is temeh and one is pure. Like one is.
Wait. יורדו שניים, וטובלו זה אחר זה.
וטובלו.
טובלו זה אחר זה.
Which means like they both or like one by one they went into the water,
yeah.
Right?
They dipped inside the mikveh. הראשון טוהר, והשני טומא.
And והראשון
the first is pure, and then nice. Yeah.
If you like in ancient Hebrew, we would say ta'or utemi. Tahor we say ta'or, and tameh we say temi. So there are definitely similarities, in many ways. But I did get like half of the next other passage. Where is this from?
It's from the Mishnah.
Okay.
Don't remember exactly where from.
Yeah.
It is a little, I don't know if it's too challenging, but I tried to find one with like similar words. So Azal Shalom Yom Shepta Kelila Rabba El Israel.
Yom Shabbat Kehila Rabba Israel, something like that. Like
yeah, it's pretty close. Yom Shabbat, yeah. Although it's not Kehila, it's Kelila. And it's not even like, Kelila with a kuf, because that would be like a curse. It's more like Kelil, like
a keter, like a mezo.
It's like a crown.
Yeah, ketel.
Ketel is like a crown. Okay, sorry. So yeah, and I would say Azal Shalom, Azal Shalom, Azal Beshalom. It's like it went. It's gone with peace. This is a song or a prayer that we read when Shabbat finishes. So you were correct. It's you did hear Kelila Rava al Israel. So what this is basically a chanting of Azal Shalom Yom Shabta, which means like Shabbat has finished with peace. The big crown for the sons of Israel. It's like talking about Shabbat being a crown for the sons of Israel. So when I say Kelila Rabba, it's not Rava like many, but it's more like big. Exactly. Yes. And Al Yisrael, we say Yisrael for Israel. Yisrael. So that's my sentence. And that's by the way, this is the Samaritan, I'm just writing on this, but if you're in case wondering, this is how a Samaritan Sukkot looks like, you know?
Wow.
A lot of fruits and
what is it again?
This is the Sukkot. Sukkot.
Sukkot. Okay.
Right. We say Sekkot in Samaritan.
We say sukkah.
I've always been like told whenever I pronounce ancient Hebrew, like, as a tour guide, when I ever read ancient Hebrew or pronounce ancient Hebrew to tourists, they always tell me, "Oh, it sounds like Yemenite," and I never get the chance to see why. But now I'm seeing, because maybe once or twice I had some tourists, Yemenite tourists. They did explain to me a little bit, but I do see. But when you do say that it is, in a sense, similar to Arabic, I wouldn't be surprised, because we lived with the Arabs for many years in Shem, for at least 1,000 years. So maybe Hebrew was affected.
There's actually a stereotype about Yemenite synagogues that if you'll go in them, you won't understand anything. But this video is making sure that it's wrong.
Yeah, that's actually true.
You understood everything I said. It was easy.
The
for me.
pronunciation is a little bit.
Your sentences were more challenging than mine.
I did. I actually understood a lot. I mean, there are a few words that if you repeat it twice or 3 times, also I would have also understood. But definitely, it's not far off as many people might think, for sure.
I have to say I understood Shahar better, but maybe that's because I'm used to it. There is Yemenite around here, so you hear that here and there. But Samaritan, I have to say that the first time I try to engage with it, it kind of not challenging.
I can imagine why also. I mean, maybe also, I don't know, like maybe Yemenite is, you might hear it more while you're traveling, maybe, or like,
or maybe
it's
in
like more
some
common.
Very popular, like Tian Golan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shabbat, you say Shabboth?
Shabboth. Yeah.
Shabboth, okay. You say Shabbat. So there's like an emphasis on the beat. Beat.
Yeah.
Shabbat.
Shabboth, like on the.
And for example, how would you pronounce the first 5 letters, like Alaf, Aleph, Bet, Gimel?
Okay. So that's interesting because it's different from modern Hebrew.
Us too, yeah.
So it would be Alaf, Be, Ve, Gimal, Rimal, Dol, Zol, He, Wo, Zan.
All right. We would say Alaf, Beat, Gamal, Dalat, I, Ba, Zin, Eat.
Eat, because we don't have the.
Because we don't have it, exactly. Cool. And of course, the way that we write them is different. Like I don't know if you have a font. Do you? Like a special font? Like for example, this is how Alaf would look like. I hope it's not. It actually is in the opposite, but it's like this is Alaf basically. And you see, you can also kind of guess Alpha. It used to be like the head of the ox, you know, and you can see why it kind of looks
like finicky letters.
Yeah. True. Phoenician, yeah.
Phoenician.
Thanks so much for that, guys. I like I said, this I knew this would be quite interesting, and it would be educational for many people, not only Hebrew speakers.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you also for inviting me. And hopefully we'll have even more, projects in the future.
Absolutely, I would love to. Thank you.
Inshallah.
Thank you for inviting.
Thank you.
Absolutely. See you in future projects.
Once again, thanks a lot. Have a great evening, and we'll be in touch, guys. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.